So the first of our 8 matches has been completed. Next up is women's doubles. Then we'll have men's doubles, men's singles, and another men's doubles. In fact, we've got 8 matches for you this afternoon, because following on from that, we will have women's singles, men's singles, and end up with women's singles again. And a player who has loved playing in this tournament, Saina Nehwal, the 3-time former champion. Up against the British number 1, of course, Kirsty Gilmore from Scotland. So we're just about ready for the first of our women's doubles, and it's the twin sisters, Liu Ying and Liu Yu from China. Very surprising, they're not seeded. They're up against a pair who got promotion from the qualifying event. Keshiya Navita Anadia and her partner, Devitika Pamati Sari. Well, the Indonesians looking fairly relaxed in throwing some mementos to the fans.
So can you tell the difference?
Yes, I can.
Good, because I can't.
So they do make it difficult. They're both wearing a bandage on the left knee. Sometimes they wear different coloured hair grips, and that's the way I can tell them apart when they're whizzing round the court.
But even that today is the same.
Yeah.
So
they're testing us.
Yeah, I am in trouble. Oh, I can. No, yeah, red shoes and yellow shoes, or white shoes and yellow shoes. So maybe that's something to go by.
Well, that's very well spotted. The umpire, the first duty, the toss of the coin. The opportunity to choose to start a particular end of the court, or you can choose to serve or receive. Now, this is the top quarter of the draw, and before the tournament got underway, very disappointing news that the number 1 seeds Bao Singh, who was the defending champion with her now partner Tang Jinhua. They didn't win this title together last year, but Bao Singh did win it with Cheng Shu. But of course, Bao Singh and Tang Jinhua are now the world number 1s, and they pulled out before the start, and that was how the Indonesians got promotion from the qualifying draw straight into the main draw. Also out before the tournament started were the number 3 seeds, the 2-time winners, having been in 3 consecutive finals, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. So China, a disappointment with 2 of their seeds going out, and it means that we're left with this pair. We've also got the Olympic champions as well, which is none too shabby, is it, in the women's doubles draw? No. So to the Indonesian pair, and Anadia is 25 years of age, born in Tasikmalaya, which of course is the place where the great Suzy Susanti was born. And Suzy Susanti, with our colleagues on the host broadcasters sitting just down from us. So the great Suzy Susanti here. Her partner is 26 years of age. World ranking down 11 places to 91. But they've only played 5 tournaments towards that world ranking, the Indonesians. In fact, this is their first tournament of the year. So this is testing me. Well, our graphics operator is much better than we are, Morten. Number 8 in the world ranking. A week ago they went up 1 place to number 8. And they have, of course, been a little higher, 1 place higher to be precise. This is their first appearance at the Indonesian Open, but of course earlier this year they won the Asian Championships in Gimcheon in Korea. In fact, they've won 3 titles this year. In all, 2 of them actually in their home country, the China International and the China Masters, the Grand Prix Gold events. And of course those Asian Championships. So 4 finals from 7 tournaments is a pretty good start to the year, isn't it, by the twin sisters from China. Their first round match was against the two-time European silver medalists from Denmark, Lina Damke Kruse and Maria Robka. 3 games needed to get through there, and they dropped the second game. So, of course, this will be the first meeting between these two pairs, not unsurprisingly.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, Luo Yu, China. And on my right, Kesia Norita Hanadia, Devitika Permatasari, Indonesia. Luo Yu to serve to Devitika Permatasari. Love all, play.
Well, our umpire calling for play to go underway, and that's thrown me immediately because she's called Luo Yu to start. And I had it down.
And you had it the opposite. You had it the other way around. I saw that, but I didn't want to mention it.
Another Jill Clark blunder.
No. I'm not sure. You know, I would go with the Chinese pair. I'm sorry.
No, I think the umpire is absolutely right.
There is a slight difference in hair colour as well.
Service over. 1, 2.
Oh dear. Well, it was a loose serve, but it's called a fault
3,
So
as well.
it's a
Struck
double
above the
fault.
waist. That's a good rally.
Service over. 4, 2.
That's a lovely block.
5, 2.
You're in. Change your pace. Nice to see the Indonesians smiling at each other. 25 and 26 years of age. Had a good year last year, a couple of finals in 2013, the Indonesians. Portuguese international, also the Welsh international. That's another lovely little block. Yeah, using the change of pace very nicely.
2.
Yeah, in fact, bounced off the top of the tape.
Somehow I feel that the Indonesian pair really have to step up pace. I find when I'm watching it, I find it difficult for them to follow pace with the two Chinese, and that's definitely something they have to, step up to that challenge. They have to work harder, move faster, play faster shots, because they're under pressure pace-wise the whole time.
Finds the nets. Liu Ying.
Deception.
Well, at the Indonesian Open last year, this Indonesian pair lost in the qualifying stage to a certain Reika Kakiwa and Yuki Maeda. Of course, they were in the qualifying a year ago. Can you believe that? A Japanese pair that lost in the final of the Japan Open last week. They were a brand new pair then. That's why they had to qualify.
Yeah, but still, imagine what are they, top 3 in the world now, 1 year later?
Top 4.
Top 4.
Or maybe it's top 5. I can't remember exactly, but they're certainly right up there. Oh, this is a good little comeback. Really gone past her at the net. Permatasari. Well, she's made an error at the front of the court the last 2 rallies, but at least she's been trying to take on that net position.
Again, looking back on the development in this first half of the first game, is that I think that small little comeback was due to some major mistakes on behalf of the Chinese combination. They made 3 or 4 really, what you call, sitters?
Yeah.
Mistakes. They had great opportunities to finish it off, and they rather smashed them in the net. So
it was gifted, really.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
So I feel a little bit that, this 5-7 was not a fair reflection of play. And I think as soon as the Chinese combination is getting back on their feet and not making those quite unforced errors, they will break away in this game. That's a good defense.
Yeah, very good. To take them to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. 23-year-old twin sisters from Jiangsu province. Just 8 minutes to play to get to the mid-game interval. I think I'm probably with you, Morten, on your analysis there. They look very comfortable at the moment. Liu Ying and Liu Yu. 11-6 up. not really been put under enough pressure in my eyes. If the Indonesians want to get through this second round match into the quarter-final stage, they're going to have to up the pace.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Now, where on earth are the coaches? No coaches for this pair.
Nope.
The Chinese pair have got Liu Yong, former world mixed doubles
11,
champion.
6, play.
But yet again, I'm just showing my lack of knowledge here. But it could be that they are not under the PBSI.
I don't think they are. I think they're, and that's why this is their first tournament of the year. I don't think they've been having funding.
No.
But you would have thought their club coaches would come out and coach them. Maybe they're on looking after players on another court. No, they can't be. There's no other Indonesian players on court at the moment. That is extraordinary then, isn't it?
Yeah, but the clock could be far away. You never know.
Yeah.
Indonesia is big.
Now that's nice. Lovely change of pace. Umpire saying, players, come on, you're taking too long in between rallies.
Which is so true.
Yeah.
Lots of time wasting is going on.
Yeah, we saw in the last match, didn't we, a couple of serves which were left, and they played the point again, and I could see no reason why, when a player is looking as if they're ready, that they weren't ready,
Yeah.
why they didn't play the shot.
14, 7.
Good. It's really
Yeah.
good.
And Adia very much more alert at the nets.
Good pressure. Look at that. Very nice.
It's a good rally.
Service over. 15.
I don't see enough shots from the back of the court from the Indonesian pair to really hurt the Chinese players,
Not at
and
all.
therefore involve the net player.
Yeah, it becomes a game of 2 against 1.
Oh, that's good.
Good defense though. They've been in trouble all the way.
16. 8.
Score good. Slightly hesitant on the call, the line judge. Yeah, she wasn't too sure either.
Nice way in. No reason to challenge that one.
Yeah,
Another one.
Yeah, that's way in as well. There is a drift in this arena. Quite obviously. Flying a little bit slower. Holding up on that occasion.
19-8.
Yeah. Game points have arrived.
20, game point, 8.
13 in the last 15 points going to the Chinese pair. Yeah, first time of asking.
That's exactly the point you made before. The Chinese combination is much better from the back of the court, playing their partner into the game at the front of the court. And there we see a perfect example of that. The follow-up coming here, and then another follow-up there, and the finish.
Yeah. That's what we mean by combination play, when we have that understanding. And not surprising, the understanding is there with the twin sisters. 21-8, the opening game for Liu Ying and Liu Yu.
Second game, level, play.
So one game to the goods. Number 8 pair in the world. China. Now perhaps we ought to explain about being number 8 in the world but still not being seeded in this, Morton. It's the fact that when the entries were put in, they weren't high enough on the world ranking. The seeding is done how many weeks in advance? Is it 2 or 3 weeks, something like that?
Even more.
Even more. Yeah. Long.
1, 2.
You're nodding in approval, Morton. Good call?
I think it's a good call.
Oof. Yes, me, I'd hate to be a line judge. Make a decision on that.
It's very tight.
2, all.
deep in their defensive stance, aren't they? Need to perhaps stand their ground a little. Easier said than done.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Perfect channel attack.
But that's the whole difference between the two pairs. It's the fact that the Chinese are really having an attack that can dent the opponent's defense, and it doesn't apply the other way around. So I think it's a clear explanation of the scores from the first game, which is 21-8. Simply that the Indonesian combination cannot score.
Yeah, Morton, say that again, and then we'll get a really good match here. Because every time we say it, has the curse of the commentators again, getting it wrong. Oh, that's nice. Good variation.
5-4.
Yeah, she knows she's got to try and get it down steeply. Oof, my goodness, indecision.
7-4.
Got to make an early decision. That's where the captain's role that we were talking about in the opening game. Captain needs to shout out mine or yours and stick to that.
8-4.
I think I've been known to say yours in my time.
I know a lot of players who used to say yours.
Service over. 5-8.
I know the Indonesian pairs having the backs to the wall, but I must say that I like their attitude and I like the spirit on the court, and it's something you see in all Indonesian doubles combination. They always really back one another. They fight to the very end. When you saw Polly in the other match, she was a little feisty person. You know, I'm going to win this. You know, I'm working whatever I can to try to win it, and I really like that positive attitude that you see from the Indonesian doubles combinations, and they always back one another, despite, in my opinion, a little bit of a hopeless case here. You still have that.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot.
And I also like the way the two Indonesian players, like so many of their doubles pairs, turn and make eye contact, a little smile to each other.
And, you know, cheer up.
Yep.
Bad luck. We will do it. Take the next one.
Yeah.
And you never see this blaming eyes looking at you and saying, oh, you know, why did you miss that one? Or suddenly, you know, the turning their backs to one another and so on. You never see that.
No. No, it's good.
6.
Exact same scoreline as game number 1 at the mid-game interval. With the advantage once again to the twin sisters. twin sisters as well, you know. I'm not a twin.
No.
My sisters are twins. There we are. 21-8, 11-6 the
I
advantage.
didn't know that.
There you go.
Yeah. You have first-hand experience in
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. Oh, yeah. I could see that. So, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And my twin sisters were the oldest in the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were
I
having a
always
tough
got,
time.
I got bossed about. Yeah, they've played well. 11-6.
Yes. Well
Yes.
directed.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yet again, poor service return.
Yeah, just not enough pressure.
It was going up all the way.
Yeah. Good aggression moving forward. She's a powerful athlete. Maybe just relaxing a little too much there. You're making the error at the nets. Oh, indecision again between the Indonesians to get themselves out of trouble. And again, slightly hesitant. Clear down the centre. Oh, what a beautiful block.
Angle.
Yeah.
Good surprise.
Service over. 14-9.
You were talking earlier, Morten, about the Indonesian players, the trait of that refusal to give up and still, you know, carrying on fighting. And, you know, these two on court, it is a tall order. They certainly haven't achieved the results in world terms as their opponents. The other thing that's unrelenting is the support of the home fans towards their players.
Yes.
Isn't it fantastic? We do go to some countries around the world where if their players on court are losing, they
leave midway.
Exactly, and get on their back and, you know, start jeering or but not at all with the Indonesian fans. They're absolutely loyal and forever supporting right until that last point. It's good to see.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've played matches personally in here where you get that feeling, but also when you then play, for instance, in Malaysia, and then suddenly the crowd's turning against the players, and you know, when you play them, you just love the fact, because you know that's just adding on extra pressure on that home players.
Yeah, I agree. Well, a little bit of controversy there, because the Indonesians thought that the shuttle touched the racket before flying out, and I have to say, I think I agree, especially looking at it again. Still not called by the umpire. 2 points away from victory. Oh my goodness, that's good, isn't it?
It is.
20, match point.
Liu Ying, I'm told, is the slightly older of the two sisters.
A few seconds.
A few minutes, I think. Match points. That's lovely. Second time of asking. 21-8, 21-11. Margin of the victory. Very comfortable in the end for the twin sisters, Liu Ying and Liu Yu.
21-8, 21-11.
Score confirmed by the umpire. Too much power in the attack from the Chinese pair. 32 minutes and the victory complete. And in the quarterfinal, they will meet either the Olympic champions, Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei, or the Japanese pair of Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Nato. How nice to see that Japanese pair back in World Badminton. Didn't play any international events last year. We wait to find out who Liu Ying and Liu Yu will play in the quarterfinal tomorrow.